Warning, F-bombs are not armed and will not be dropped. And for today's video, that should make you very, very worried indeed. If you're a follower of this channel at all, you would know that I normally don't use scripts. I don't like them. They don't feel honest. Today is one of the exceptions, and this is actually something I posted to Facebook well over a year ago now. I'm going to read this. I was going through my old files when I found a saved page from a website from 2007. It described how unfortunate it would be if somebody made a Sten gun at home, then they made the furniture to convert it to a Star Wars Stormtrooper gun. In fact, the E11 from 4 through 9 were 7 were just that. Sten guns with fancy furniture, and went to a comic book sci-fi convention dressed as a stormtrooper and shot the place up. It even included a link to an example case in which a San Diego police officer shot and killed a ComiCon attendee dressed in stormtrooper armor who was waving his fake gun in the air. He's standing out in the lot, dancing around, all excited, waving this gun in the air. The cop thought it was real. He shot the kid. The kid died. And I am never going to say two bad words about that cop and that shooting. So, that's the end of it. This was a very, very thinly veiled call to arms. Make a Sten gun, dress it up as a Stormtrooper rifle, and then kill people at a Comic-Con. Perhaps even worse, it went on to talk about how easy it would be to do the same thing with an AR-15, even going on about specific materials required to make what he referenced as an enhanced E11 with a folding stock like the AKS-74. This included a specific mention that the stock had to be arranged so as to allow spent shell casings to eject, and sardonically included a warning to watch for anyone with a safety set to anything other than safe, since the shooter wouldn't be able to reach the safety lever with the stock folded. Now, I personally have never seen that stock, not for an AR-15. I've seen some sliding stocks, and maybe that's what he was talking about. I don't know. There was even a picture. There was. A most damning statement, which still exists, is, and considering the situation on the ground during Comic-Con, it is actually surprising that those with nefarious intents haven't taken advantage of the cover that this would actually provide. He actually wrote have N-O, which was a spelling error, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or some other spelling error. I remember it. He meant haven't, but he had a weird spelling error in there. Far beyond my usual spelling errors that everybody makes jokes about, and they think it's behind my back. Please, I started most of those jokes. Alright, the original referred to a folding AK-47 rather, which was not correct. I suspect because of the otherwise accurate description and technical language used, the writer, Tiger Tank, was dumbing down the language a bit to make it easier for would-be followers to act on the information. Now here it is, very simply. Sten guns were originally made or developed so that they could be made in basements and garages and sheds, barns, that sort of thing. In fact, they were made at a time when the handheld drill, like this, only, much larger, did not yet exist. So electric drills, if you had one, was this huge drill press machine that ironically enough had about the same power as this POS Black & Decker. That's a Sten gun. Why should you even care about this? This was a call to arms. He was saying, you can do this, you can make this happen. Why it hasn't happened since 2007, I can only think of one real reason, and that's because the website died. So 5-6 years later. Now there is somebody who has verified this over on the Facebook group for mandatory carry. I don't even know if she has a YouTube account, and I know she doesn't have a Pornhub account because she makes fun of it. I don't reckon she's going to verify this story for the Facebook page, and I know she's not going to verify it for YouTube. Okay, that's understandable. But this is a real thing. This is a real threat. I would love anybody to tell me what we're going to do to stop this. Alright. Let me hit a few ideas that were thrown out. First of all, ban all the guns. Well, okay, that doesn't work. Right? There's the Sten gun, there's the Allen gun, which is a shit-ass MAC-10 made out of scrap construction pieces. I don't want to say exactly what kind of construction pieces because I don't want people going looking for this video. I think it still exists. What else? There's the Brazil MAC-10s, which some of them were shit quality and some of them absolutely awesome because the Policia Nacional confiscated some and issued them out as backup and off-duty weapons. You know, so that's not going to do it. Ban ammo. Well, it's a great theory. It doesn't work that way. The Avalon Institute in Israel is dedicated strictly to exploring how they did exactly that. They got around a ban on guns and munitions imports by making their own bullets out of lipstick cases. It's obsolete information now because they don't make lipstick cases out of copper or brass, whatever. They make them out of cheap pot metal now, so but it's not going to change anything, and that's part of the problem. I can think of a way to do it with materials that you can get very, very readily, and that's all I'd rather say, at least publicly. What would you have me do? What would you suggest? All right? And I'll take a libertarian. I'll take a gun control expert, which I used to be. And I used to be one of the ones saying we have to ban all the guns or it's not going to work. I'll come back to that in my next video. I mean, if you've got an idea, hell, I'll listen. When I say mandatory carry saves lives, gun control kills, change my mind, I'm not just making fun of Steven. Okay? I'm serious. If you can think of a better way, I'll be the first in line. But it better work this time. Till then, keep calm, mandatory carry on, and rock that Megadeth.